and see me. Oh, okay. So this is new. I'm trying a new platform today. We're always growing and learning new things. And as I set new goals and I'm trying to learn different things, one of the new things is I'm trying to stream in different places at one time. So I am now on YouTube, and I'm in a group that I run on Facebook and then on my personal page. So I'm on public figure page. But today, as I popped on here and I just wanted to kind of share about, you know, how do I see blessings in the day? I really focus on them a lot in November because it's gratitude month and it's Thanksgiving, but I think it was even different this year with COVID. And so I just wanted to kind of share with you, like, what is my routine? How do I see God in a daily practice? How do I teach my kids to do that? Good morning, Annette. I'm glad that you're joining me. Thank you for testing this out with me. I appreciate it. So one of the things I wanted to share is that when a musician or a an athlete practices and they're really good at something, do you ever wonder why they continue to practice? Why is it that they continue to practice playing that instrument when they do it really well? Or why is it that that basketball player continues to go out and shoot hoops and from that spot to do that? And the reason why is that if we do not continue practicing, you can lose that skill over time. And so I'm one of the things that, I was thinking about is it's so important to continue to see, like, how am I seeing God? It's really different right now because a lot of us aren't in churches. In Oregon, I'm not able, where our churches are actually shut down again. They've started opening up and they've shut down again for another 2 weeks. So, I was kind of just talking with my daughter about the holidays, and we were decorating this weekend about the holidays coming up. And she said, Mom, we were talking about what she wanted for Christmas. And she said, she really didn't have much that she wanted. She wanted some crazy long socks and some bouncy balls. And she said, and she's 12 years old. She said, Mom, it's really not about the presents for me anymore. It is about just being with my family. I'm so grateful to be with my family. And she said, I think it would be great to go to church, but I don't think we're going to be able to. So I think that I'll just live stream that and watch church from that. And it was so interesting to hear her think about, like, how she was seeing the holidays already different. So anyways, one of the things is that when you're, whether you play an instrument or you have a skill or you're an athlete, you need to continue practicing that, because if not, it will not be a habit over time. So those things that are automatic to us can become forgotten. And so it's important that we keep practicing those. And I would say it's just as important to practice being connected to God. I would say it's just as important practicing being grateful. So part of those things that I do is, this is actually my gratitude journal. And so I just recall things that I'm grateful for throughout the day, things that I hear my kids saying, things that I saw that makes me grateful, and places that I saw God showing up that maybe I didn't expect to see him. So I recall the good times in my life and those around me. I want to know, where did I see God? How was it unexpected, so that I can give thanks to him in that way? I journal. I also journal where I saw him answer prayers. And especially now during this time, it has been amazing to see God answer prayers in different ways. And a lot of times it's been in unexpected ways. And then the other thing I really have to practice doing is refusing to listen to the stinking thinking or listen to voices in my head that are telling me lies or things that are not truth from God. And so I need to sometimes remind myself what God says and what his word says, whether that's by finding a verse that speaks to that, or putting my name in a verse and saying that over and over and speaking that into my life. You guys, our words have so much power. And so I really just wanted to share with you guys, like, where, how do I do that? How do I keep that mindset of being grateful? Because sometimes things can happen and we can turn to a state of worry, or even paralyzed in the thinking of what's not happening, or where we should be. And 2020 for I think just about everybody did not go the way that it was. And now we're going into 2021 and we're thinking, like, well, what is it going to be? So I just really wanted to encourage you to, if you don't have a gratitude journal, get one. It's a great way to just record 2 or 3 things a day where you see God moving, where what you're grateful for. It could be the sunshine. It could be that. I'll share with you one thing that happened last week. My daughter and I, we went to go grocery shopping before Thanksgiving, and we were getting the things that we needed. And it's really different to go into the stores even now because you're wearing the mask and the different things. But as we were heading in, I ran into a lady, and she had her phone, and she was holding her phone, and it was obvious to me at first. I thought, well, I took a look because she was needing some help, but I wasn't for sure if it was safe. So I was kind of observing for a little bit before I approached her. And it became clear to me that she was deaf and she was needing some help. And her phone was coming, it was about ready to die. And so she was trying to text somebody to tell them where she was at because she was wanting to be picked up. But her phone was to die. So one of the things is, you may or may not know with me, is that when I was in high school, I went to school with some kids that were deaf. And so I always had a translator in my class, and I had a friend named Denise, and she could read lips, and I learned some sign language. So I've lost some of that over time. I don't remember all of that sign language, but I do remember. So I took my mask off, and I was talking to her and trying to help. We were able to navigate what she needed help with. And I got the number off of her phone, and I called somebody to let them know where she would be at so that she could be picked up. So just heading into Fred Meyer's, it just kind of brought that gratitude of me of how grateful I was to be able to hear. And then I went in and we did our shopping and got our groceries. And as we went out, we saw a little gift that we wanted. So we got in line again. And there was a lady in front of us, an older lady, and she had somebody with her that was holding on to her. And she was trying to hurry and trying to get things done. I said, oh, no hurry. We're not in any hurry. Don't worry about it. And she was talking to her daughter who was with us. And as I was observing, she was trying to adjust her mask. And she just said, she hates her mask. And I don't know why. She goes, she can't even see, but she hates having that mask on her. And I realized, I wasn't for sure. I just knew that she was challenged, that her daughter was challenged, but I couldn't tell that she was blind, just that she was standing there with her. So anyways, it just made me so grateful that I could see. But as the mom was talking, she said, yeah, I adopted her when she was 5 years old. She was 16 pounds when I got her, and I wore her on my chest. And she's basically mute and cannot see. But she can say mama, but she can't communicate, but she understands what I'm saying. And I was just so grateful to have a healthy child. I was so grateful for all of my senses, to be able to see, to be able to speak, to be able to hear. And, sometimes I think we worry about big things in life, and we worry about things like, are we going to be able to do this? Or this is what I had planned. But, when we are grateful and we take it to the very core, you guys, of grateful for, being able to see, being able to hear, being able to speak, and be able to talk and to be able to communicate in those ways, we have so much to be grateful for. We have so much to be grateful for our health. And so you may be worried about a lot of different things. And this is a day where, we're starting to enter into the holidays, and I've started decorating my home and decorating my office. And we start thinking about different things and buying gifts for other people. But this year, I'm going to be sharing some different things about how can we give our gifts, and how can we be a gift to one another, and how can we be encouraging to other, and how do we see God in the day. So anyways, I just want to encourage you that if you're out of the practice of writing down what you're grateful for, or writing down where you see God, get a journal and just do that in December. And it will help you, I think, immensely in a lot of ways where things are different this year than where, how we would want to be. And I remember, as a mom, sometimes I put a lot of pressure on myself, but when I remember wanting to take my daughter to Disneyland one summer. And when I said, Mom, I asked my daughter, well, what is it that you guys want to do this summer? They had parks they wanted to go to. They wanted to get together with their friends. And, I think we just really need to focus on what is important, asking our kids, asking our family, what is it that you want, and what can we be grateful for? And really focusing in on those things, focusing on the time, focusing on the gift, focusing on the words of encouragement that we can speak to one another. And then looking for the little ways that God shows up in our life. And what do we have to be grateful for? And then thanking him for those things that we have to be grateful for. So that's kind of what I wanted to encourage you for. We have to practice just like a musician. We have to practice just like a sports person to keep the mindset of being grateful. And I want to encourage you to recall what is good in your life, what is good around you. Where did you see God move? And refuse to listen to the voices that tell you something that is not true. Know whose you are and that you are loved. And have a blessed day. Thanks for coming with me on this little video. I wanted to see if it would work in all 3 different places. And I just want to tell you that I'm grateful that you shared this time with me, and hope you have a blessed day.